Okay, I'm starting the recording now. So, as a quick recap for those who are listening to this after the fact, love you all to death, by the way. Um, we're about, I think this was the fourth round of the vocab podcast game. So, first deriv was kibus, and the winner was about Cheeto diarrhea, because of course it was. Why wouldn't it be? We had Polyspaston, Haterius's classic crane, which came down to a brilliant plan to take over the government and enslave all the 9-year-olds that are addicted to slime. Very, very classic ancient Roman stuff right here. We had the Gubernator, with many politically charged derivatives, but the best one was Dumbo, because of course it was, who is also a bear, but also is not a bear, because bears aren't real. You had to be there. And now we are on to the Iugulum, which is where we're picking off. Actually, if people would like, do we want to quickly recap everyone's Iugulum derivatives, if they still remember them?
Yeah, so I said Hamlet, and then I quotation mark realized halfway through the game round quotation mark that Hamlet was remade into The Lion King, which was made by Disney, which also made Dumbo. So truly, everything does come back to Dumbo in the end.
Yes, it's a very conspiratorial tone here in the bowels of the exec meetings VC. Okay, Barrett, do you remember yours?
I believe I referenced the Zulu because when the Zulu cry out in their battles against their enemy to induce terror and psychological trauma, they use their throats. Therefore, I tied it to the Latin derivative.
Yes, they were the throat goats, as it were.
As Matthew said, I think Matthew was there earlier, but he had to leave before we got this recording off the ground. So.
Oh, is he gone? Do you remember his derivative? Because I don't.
No, that's precisely when my computer crashed, and maybe it all came down to a reason.
It was so cursed it could never be spoken again.
So as a little bit of backstory, we got 30 minutes into a game, and then my computer, which had been at 50% at the beginning of the game, didn't give me a warning and went to 0%. So we lost that OBS recording. Very tragic. And Matthew also had to leave. Matthew was here earlier. So
yes. Let the record show that he did get a point for the Cheeto diarrhea. So I think it was 1 for Matthew, 1 for Tanvi, and 1 for Shivaani, I think, at this point.
Yeah. And does anyone remember his derivative for Iugulum?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it was cursed. I warned you guys that bear was a euphemism so that you would not speak its name, but no, you guys didn't listen. And now look at what happened to poor Anirudh here, who has had to suffer for all of your hubris.
Yeah.
We got to Shivaani's, right?
Yeah, I said mine. Mine was giraffes, because giraffes they have long throats, and their throats are sore, so we should be nice to them.
I agree. Have you guys seen Madagascar?
Yes.
With friggin' giraffes. Yes. I forget his name though, but he was nice.
Melvin, right?
Yeah, Melman.
Melvin.
No.
Yeah, Melman.
Great name, exceptional name. Okay, and we were just about to hear yours, Tanvi, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So my derivative for Iugulum was Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar died. He died. I bet none of you knew that, obviously.
When did this happen?
Stabbed.
What?
Exactly.
This is revolutionary information. Why didn't nobody tell me?
Yeah,
Exactly.
2022 takes another one. First, 2021 took Betty White, and now this? That's amazing.
Yeah, he was stabbed. He was stabbed because he was too likable. Many derivatives are like the opposite of the actual word, because people are mean. Julius Caesar, he was too likable. What's the opposite of being likable? Being mean. What's a mean word? Iugulum. Iugulum is a cursed word. Therefore, the derivative for Iugulum is Julius Caesar. Thank you.
Damn. Hard facts and logic have just been thrust upon me. I can't believe I didn't know about Julius Caesar. His only crime truly was loving too much. I have to actually
Also, we named a couple new ones and messed with the number system.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, he got a whole month named after him. He's kind of a big deal. Like, I think everyone should set it as a goal to have their own month by the end. There's only 12 of them, so you gotta be pretty darn important.
I feel like I've heard like there was this character in one of the shows that said I care too much, I work too hard, and then it says, oh, you're saying actual weaknesses, not just strengths that are weaknesses. I can't remember if it was Michael Scott or not.
Sounds like
Julius
an
Caesar.
office line. It probably was Julius Caesar.
Yeah, I already missed that guy. I can't believe we lost him.
He was so cool.
When we were younger, we used to play baseball together when we were younger. He was a real Chad.
Julius Caesar, did he play baseball with you?
Yeah, we lost.
He was a real Chad.
He was a real one.
Wait, was he a batter or a pitcher?
Which one do you think?
But I thought you knew. Did you not?
It sounds like a euphemism so much.
Well, I mean, you haven't
Wait.
made the obvious second base joke yet.
Oh God, Sam!
I was avoiding him for a reason, my good friend.
Why?
I had to say it. Someone did.
This is gonna be so heavily edited.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll throw out the whole clip. Anyway, I do have to pick a winner, don't I? Not to single out Anirudh or anything, but I think I have to give it to Barrett. I love the historical connection.
Gracias.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So now everyone has a point. Even Matthew has a point, and he's not even here. So it will remain to be seen if Anirudh can pull one off. I guess I keep moving. I don't know how many I should do. I was only planning to do this for an hour, but since we lost half an hour already, maybe until sometime like we'll get to 4 and see how it goes. I don't know.
What's the noun for running? Like what's the noun form of running in Latin?
Like what, the participle?
Yeah, the participle.
That would just be curans.
Okay, so what's the dative of that word?
The dative of a part. Oh no. Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. We only just reviewed participle endings. Can I ask why?
I'll just say ambulo pro vobis curans. That makes no sense, but I walk so you run. I walk so y'all can run.
Ah, I see.
Wait, no, would that be like potes currire or something?
You'd have to write that as a purpose clause, so I think you'd actually have to use the ablative, because you're saying, I walk in order for you to run. So that would be an ablative, which I don't think you're not going to get to the purpose clauses until the very tail end of year 2, so you got some time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so jumping right back into it, let's actually get a full round of this on the record. I'll pick a very relevant one. I will pick the Latin word for strife, which is discordia. I thought that's what it means. Like, you can't make it up. That being said, there is obviously an obvious answer here, but I am curious to see, with your combined brain powers, how far we can scrounge into the depths of creativity here. I do have to ask though, does anyone know the character Discord from, I think, MLP?
Wait, is he the dude that's played by Q from Star Trek? Because I feel like I know him only through that.
I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't put it past him.
On TV Tropes, wait, let me look it up. I know this specifically because on TV Tropes, if you go to the actor for Q from Star Trek, it says he also plays Discord, I think.
Ooh, interesting. I also realized that since I'm using my phone to record, I have to pull up a 1-minute timer on my computer, which is annoying. Okay. You get a couple extra seconds on me just for that.
He does play Discord. John Delancey does play Discord.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good character. I would describe him as quite discordant, in fact. A source of much strife, one might even say. I had to pick this word. I really did. I was reading through the vocab list at the back of the book, and I was like, oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the money shot. Let's see. I'm going to cut it a little bit short, so I'll give you guys 10 more seconds, even though the timer says 20. Also, Anirudh, would you like to go first again?
Yes, I would like to go first.
Okay. 3,
just-
2, 1. I'll call it there. So, if you have your derivative, you may speak it forth now.
So my derivative for the word discordia, which means strife, is all existence anywhere.
Very bold opening there.
Okay,
I'm curious.
This, because you see, discordia obviously is very similar to the word discord. We are all in Discord call right now, and what we are doing is we are having a good time with our friends, right? And this is human connection. And all human connections anywhere is a struggle against meaninglessness. It's a struggle, it is the strife, the friction against the encroaching universe which seeks to enforce, whose laws of physics seek to enforce a permanent state of entropy with no change, no development, no growth, no love, no laughter, no life. And so all life anywhere, all human, the human spirit is constantly questing. It is in permanent perversity against the state of the universe, a noble perversity, because it is meaningful. Any human life lived anywhere, every moment that you laugh, every moment that you cry, every moment that you simply exist in this universe is a clarion call of resistance against the endless.
And 1 minute, I'm gonna call it there. I wasn't actually keeping track, but I think, to be safe, I think I got the general gist of it, one might say.
Can I make one final sentence?
Very well, I will allow it.
And so the human existence and all existence anywhere is simply the strife that results from the search for meaningfulness, contrasting with the universe's endless meaninglessness. Thank you.
Incredible.
That was a great motivational speech.
I don't know, I feel kind of scared now. Now I feel really small, which is not a normal feeling for me, you could probably imagine.
Anti-motivational speech.
All right, with that bar set, as it were, Barrett is next. What do you have for us? See, now look at what you did, Anirudh. You left him speechless.
I'm sorry, I got a bit speechless there. So let me introduce this. So the word meant strife, correct?
Yes.
What is related to strife? The most famous ship in the world, the Costa Concordia.
Oh
We
no.
must understand, this was a terrible tragedy. And when this word means strife, it derived completely into the name of the bloody ship. The ship rammed into a rock and it sank, and probably sank halfway. It didn't even finish the entire project. It only sank halfway. Not even like the full way. And it was so strifeful. Luckily only a few died instead of the rest.
I mean, you're very much not wrong in many regards. Quite the convincing case. I'm noticing an interesting theme with the strife word, of a very real sense of tragedy. I don't know. Again, I don't know why that surprises me. Same thing happened with the government derivative, but I'm seeing a pattern here. Shivaani is next. Will you break the pattern or become the rule?
I guess we'll see. My derivative is recorder. For one thing, just to be clear, recorder, the instrument it's like a pitchy clarinet. That is the recorder I'm speaking of.
Yes.
First of all, record, discord sound pretty similar. Second of all, have you ever sat in a classroom full of fourth graders who just got recorders? Because there is nothing that could incite more chaos or discord than that. Notably, in case you didn't know, fourth graders are majority comprised of 9-year-olds. Yet another reason for murder.
Damn, the polyspaston comes back once again.
I would just like to say I was about to use the 9-year-old.
Nothing is stopping you. You just have to do it better. Great artists steal, to coin a phrase.
Yes.
As many great artists have once said.
I couldn't hear probably what Shivaani said. Like I start hearing again, and I hear the polyspaston comes back.
Yes, it makes a return. We must confiscate all of the recorders. That is the second order of business of
You need
the
to
new.
confiscate the recorders if there are no 9-year-olds to play them.
Oh,
Yo.
that's true. My old music teacher
Yes.
actually plays the Baroque recorder, so He would be the recorder player that's allowed to survive. He would
I'm
accompany the 9-year-olds on their torment.
so glad that in grade 4, like when we started getting like actual proper music, my teacher, because I was in a split class, we had ukuleles and not recorders.
Ooh.
Because see, the music was still bad, but it wasn't like recorder level cringe, if you know what I mean.
I'll say ukuleles aren't loud. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay, one more derivative to go. Will it be more torment? Will it be more 9-year-olds? We will find out.
Alright. So, the derivative for whatever word was before. What was the word?
Discordia.
Yeah.
Yes, discordia. The derivative for discordia is death. What can cause death? Crime.
Oh no.
Who can commit crime? 9-year-olds. Better yet, annoying 9-year-olds. The police will just come in and be like, yo, I gotta interrogate you. And the 9-year-old will just be like, no. They're off the hook. Who has a hook? Captain Hook. Is the hook sharp? Yes.
No
Which
way.
means it can cause death. Therefore, 9-year-olds can cause death and be our hitmen without pay, which means we can turn them into stone-cold killers who cause death. Therefore, death is the derivative of discordia. Thank you.
There's something very symbolic
Oh
about
my
every
God.
point leading back to death.
No, we started out with the definition of life, and now we end with the definition of death.
I was originally just gonna do like the Roman god of strife, but as it turns out that was literally Discordia, and I feel like Discordia isn't a very good derivative of Discordia.
No, not quite. I
I
actually
think-
didn't know the Latin name. I know the Greek one because she's in
Yeah,
the
Erin.
Iliad.
It's like-
Yeah, in the Iliad. Is that really? That's hilarious.
It is Discordia, which is it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it would. The thing about a lot of actually even in Greek too, a lot of gods' names just become like the words for those things. Like
Canis.
yeah, like Helios and Kronos and all that. They just become the thing that they represent, which I think is awesome. I think we should do more of that in modern English too. Oh, I have to pick one now. Oh, jeez.
Wait, hold on. Does this mean that the Greeks used Discord back then?
Yo,
Yo, Discord
Yo.
caused the Trojan War though? Question mark.
Yes.
no,
Game of
no,
War?
The Trojan
no,
War
no,
that's just
King Menelaus walked in on Paris and Helen e-dating, and that's what sparked it.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Straight facts. Okay, between the options I have heard, I've decided to go with the one that has brought me the least existential dread, and that one would be Barrett's. Congratulations, sir, on not making me question my very existence.
Good job there. Good job.
Incredible.
Gracias.
I love how that's...
The annoying 9-year-olds are coming to haunt you.
Oh no.
Pick the word Discordia and not expect existential dread though. It was kind of it's
I know,
Yeah.
I'm kind of stupid because this has happened twice already in this game, and I still don't see it coming. Okay, let me pick a fun word. How about that? Man, none of these words are very fun. Oh, okay. Let's do this one. So this one might be a bit of an exception case because it's not actually a word as listed, but I wanted to include it because I think it's the funniest. So it is actually the name of a character in one of the later stages, but his name does have a meaning. So the word itself is bulbous, which is spelled exactly how you think, B-U-L-B-U-S. And it says in the book that his name means onion. Why they chose to name a character after an onion, I don't remember. I don't think he has anything to do with onions. Or maybe he does.
This can go wrong. This can go wrong in a number of ways.
Oh yeah, I'm putting a
God.
lot of trust in you all right now.
existential crisis if you try hard enough. I'm just saying, fair warning.
Damn. Are you telling me that there will be, at one point, a universe in which there are no onions? I don't know if I want to
That
be
would be
in
a terrible
universe.
one.
It's bad that my brain immediately went to the human layers of skin. Epidermis.
No, that's a bit disturbing. I'll be honest. I'm a little concerned on your behalf there. Okay, I pulled up my book. Let's see what I can find out about this bulbous guy. If I can find it in time. I only have a minute. Look, it's in stage 22. When you guys did the story of Wilbia and Modestus, some truly classic characters. Let's just say they're not the nicest people either. Oh, apparently he's Wilbia's boyfriend. Good for him. You know what? He's getting out there. He's a real player. Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's the timer going off. Alright then. Let's we start with Anirudh again. What have you got for us?
Oh, is time over? Oh
Yes.
boy. Okay. Just give me a moment.
Alright, you
so-
better hurry.
Derivative for this is this very game. Okay.
Damn.
So let's bulbous. So I assume it's spelled bulbous, right?
Yes.
Okay, so bulbous is very similar to the word Bulbasaur, who is a Pokemon and has something resembling a green onion on its back. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you know is endemic to Pokemon conspiracy theories, specifically around that one town, which I can't exactly remember the name.
Lavender
but has
Town?
all the ghosts around it. Okay. So you know what else has conspiracy theories? This very meat, such as Dumbo and bears, and well, we call them quotation mark conspiracies, but we all know they're actually facts. And
Of course.
therefore, and also, you know what else people refer to conspiracy theories as? It's like peeling back the onion. You have many layers. Okay, you have to dig really deep, both within yourself and into the details, to get at the heart of this, the beating, desiccated heart of this straight up fact. In that bears and Dumbo and Disney are all working together to institute a global aristocracy, and therefore the derivative for bulbous is this very meat right here, this very game.
I like the meta approach that Anirudh is taking, where how do you get further than the literal arc of the universe itself? You just recurse back into this very call.
Exactly.
In a real way, we are the derivatives of all that came
Well-
before us.
Yeah, it's like yeah. We are the apostrophes to our parents' calculus functions.
Oh jeez. Don't bring up calculus with me right now, man. Don't worry about it. Barrett is next. Please do not mention calculus in your answer, and I'll give you 5
No worries, sir.
points.
Mr. President, it would be my pleasure to announce that there will be no calculus in my answer.
Let's go.
Okay, now, to bring upon the word, what was it? Bulbous?
Yes.
Okay, so bulbous. Unfortunately, Anirudh took my previous answer. Shameful. So I gotta find another one. Immediately, I already came up with one. When we think about bulbous, we must derive into obesity. What comes after obesity? Layers. But not just any layers, but the layers of society. The layers of which we found our society in. In the modern society, you can find layers anywhere. Not just in society. No, in society, you can find it in economics. You can find it in every single system you can find imaginable. And it's always tough to learn. But most importantly, the flying spaghetti monster. The flying spaghetti monster has meatballs and powers embedded in its layers of armor. Therefore, I can subject this derivative in my case.
I like that I can imagine like someone like the Joker saying that whole thing. Like, you gotta understand, Batman, the flying spaghetti monster comes for us all. The layers of society like the onion, Batman.
My goodness.
Why?
He would
Why?
totally say that. He would totally say that. I don't know why.
Why?
There's no reason, but it's very in character.
Okay, I think the Joker would say anything unusual, to be fair.
Yeah. Alright, Shivaani, what is your derivative?
I was going to go with an existential crisis, but I feel like the lovely people before me have already done that better than I could. So instead, I give you Shrek. Shrek has many layers, like an onion, as he once said.
He did say that. We do have quotations to back up the derivation. This is a very strong case you're making.
Oh, that's good.
They do have layers. I do distinctly recall. The question is how many layers? They never answered that question for us. I need to know how
Layers,
deep it
an
goes.
infinite amount of layers, because Shrek is what we call a good character depth.
Damn, that's kind of true though.
Well, in the more like physical sense, I think orc physiology is similar to human. So they have the epidermis.
And I'm going to stop you right there.
No, I'm good, thanks, Anirudh.
No, keep going.
I don't need to think about Shrek's organs right now. We don't need to think about that.
Epithelial light.
No. Okay, we got one more. Please say it's not about biology or calculus.
No. So the derivative of bulbous is stuffed animals. Stuffed animals have many layers to them. They have cotton inside them. In the past, cotton has been harnessed by many layers of crime. Alright.
Oh no.
And these layers of crime, what other things have layers? Onions. So, like an onion, in the past, that scenario had many layers of crime to it. Therefore, layers, onion crime, onion bulbous, and onion bulbs. You could also connect them to light bulbs. And I don't know what I was saying because I forgot what I was trying to say. Light bulbs.
Don't you get it, Batman? Crime has layers just like me. But so do light bulbs.
I feel like your whole thing about the cotton-sized stuffed animals are really towing the line of biology there.
No, I'll accept it.
animals.
It's not real biology because they don't have cells. I'll accept it.
Well, no, except for cotton, right?
That
The
I
molecular
will.
structure of cotton.
But
But
we
do you
didn't
know
get
it
into
did have cell?
we didn't get into the
Did you-
molecular structure of cotton, so it's okay.
Do you know what did have biology and calculus? Everyone else's answers but mine. Therefore, you should give me the
Excuse me,
I
I
didn't.
expressed clearly in my answer.
I think it was very specifically everyone's answers when added onto by Anirudh. Had biology
Hey,
and calculus.
Sam, for the record, I will say that my answer itself did not have biology or calculus because I said the calculus thing after you started talking about our parents, which is not in my answer, and it all just kind of degraded from there. So please take that into consideration when talking about your judgment.
Very well, very well. I will take this all into very careful account. I think I will give it to Shivaani because as obvious as the Shrek angle is, it is its simplicity that makes it truly beautiful in this world of chaos.
Let's go, Shivaani. Let's go.
Good job.
Using citations from prior media is true academic fashion.
This entire thing has been all about true academic fashion, of course.
Oh yes, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prepare everyone right now for the art of locating derivatives from words they've never heard of, because you will have to do that at some point. I guarantee it.
If you take the first letter of everything Shivaani has said so far in this recording, it will make an MLA citation of the film Shrek.
Of course.
Like Dumbo.
Oh, true. Just both
fact.
at the same time. New word time. Let's have a look. Okay, let's loop it back all the way to the beginning. I want to pick another gross word. In fact, specifically, I will pick the Latin word for filthy, which is squalidus. Hang on, I have to get the timer out. There. 1 minute on the clock for squalidus, which means filthy. Once again, there are a couple obvious answers, if you so choose to go down that route, but I also think this is a particularly silly-sounding word, so I think it's quite promising. But of course, if you just so happen to be a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean, you might perchance describe your situation as by providence impoverished and squalor. You just might. So you never know when such a word could be useful to you. So important not to dismiss it as a possibility. I'll say 15 seconds left on the clock. It's kind of creepy.
This is gonna be good.
No, I don't like this. The silence is terrifying. I can feel your brains
Just keep
working.
rapping Alexander Hamilton. That would fill the silence great.
I could have kept going, but I already got to the point where the derivative was. I didn't feel like there was a point. I have to find more derivatives from the opening, and then I'll use those. Okay, that is the 1 minute timer. So now we move on to Anirudh. What is your squalid derivative?
Okay, so my derivative is DJ Khaled. Actually, no, it's King Piers of Epirus. Okay, I'll explain why. Okay, so if you look at it, the derivative of the word squalidus is squalor, which pops up in Hamilton, which is a rap-through musical. All right, you know who else nominally is affiliated with rap and music? DJ Khaled. And what does DJ Khaled do? He suffers from success. You know who else is suffering from success?
Oh my god.
King Piers of Epirus. Therefore, the best derivative of the word squalidus is Piers of Epirus. Thank you.
I should have known that it would involve Hamilton in some way, and then just go even beyond that to more extremes of nonsense. Very impressive, Anirudh. Barrett is next. Will he also mention Hamilton? It remains to be seen.
No. Okay, so I will summon upon my derivative. Now, let's dive into the topic. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let me give you a few moments of your time. Kentucky Fried Chicken. What does it state in its name? Chicken, clearly. And what does a chicken do? Wobble. And what does it do? Walk around in hay, probably in a manufactured factory, one of a magnitude size, in filth. Now, understandably, what does this have to relate about filth? Aside from that fact, there's actually more to this story. The fact that the filth actually built up led to the creation of the unholy spaghetti factory down along the river. All that waste seeped into the spaghetti production, which led to the flying spaghetti monster. In the end, it's what caused humanity to fall.
I like the fall of humanity approach. Very, very fitting. What actually was the derivative in that explanation?
Oh, squabble.
I see. So everything else was just a side tangent about humanity being destroyed by a spaghetti factory?
That's just what the bears want.
They want you to believe it was the spaghetti, but it was actually them. I should.
They just want a diversion.
Damn. Very convincing, though, I must say. I was almost distracted. All right, Shivaani, what have you got?
What's the word again?
Squalidus, which means filthy.
You know what sounds similar to squalidus? Squander. You know what's filthy? People who squander money because they have poor financial literacy. You know who has poor financial literacy? Rich people. And at which point, I would like to bring you to another phrase. Filthy rich. As such, I believe the true derivative is rich.
Damn. See, it's not just the government words. Any derivative can become political if you think hard enough. So you can't blame the discordial one on the inherent strife of the word itself.
I think that one was kind of a given for existential crisis.
Okay, fine. I cannot absolve myself of all responsibility in that regard. Be that as it may, we have one derivative to go. What will it be?
The derivative for whatever the word was that meant dirty is the Lorax, alright? So Ted from the Lorax lived in a place with no flowers, no trees, in other words, dirty. Was it dirty? You will not know. But I will tell you that it is dirty, so now you know that it was dirty. Okay, so as Ted's mom once said, shut up, baby man. And then Aunt Griselda followed that by, who invited the giant fruit? And Griselda also said, who invited the walking peanut? I have given up with all sense of brain power, so I will just leave you with the Lorax quotes. Also, I'll go straight up your nose, Ted says, the Lorax says, followed by, Ted, whoa, you wouldn't hit a woman. And then the Lorax said, that's a woman,
I know exactly what part of the movie that's from, and I hate that.
That's the part. But I wanted the original things that people were saying to Ted. I need. When was this exactly? Because I don't recall anybody.
I'm pretty sure that
Any of those things
I'm pretty sure
being
he's
said.
talking about the Onceler, because he was the one who started the deforestation operation, and he brought his family over, and he called him a peanut. I think it was like his grandma.
Yep. El Griselda said that. And yeah, as you can see, peanuts can be dirty, and therefore the Lorax is a derivative of that word.
Damn, this is a strong round. I might have to give it to the Lorax, but I'm sorry. I love the Danny DeVito line. It's a great voice, great character, and I agree that there's a very strong environmental message in that film, which will be overlooked on the peanut going up someone's nose.
Thank you.
You should inquire
There were
the
so many
stinking
ways
capitalist.
to incorporate the Lorax into filthy, and you chose peanuts being dirty sometimes.
It's true
Yes.
that they can be dirty. And to be fair, the Lorax exists in a very dirty universe that is literally devoid of trees and oxygen to the point where they have to sell it as a product. See, it also relates to the filthy rich. It's covering all the bases, really. It's a critique of capitalism. You know, it's got that environmentalist, and then it's got the peanuts. The Trinity.
Sam gets it.
Yeah, who eats peanuts? Dumbo.
Sam gets it.
How did Squalidus become more political than gubernator?
That's what I'm saying. It's not just about the words. It's whatever you do with it. That's going to make all the difference.
But Sam, before you make your final judgment, have you considered that Khalid sounds like Squalidus?
but your final derivative was not DJ Khaled.
Yeah, but it works also.
As much as I appreciate the historical reference, I'm still going to give it to the Lorax, but I'll give you half a point for the half derivative.
No, I'm kidding, Sam. I was kidding.
No, I feel bad with the lack of points. I'll give you a half.
I reject this half point. It is not official. I refuse to accept it.
I will give in that case. I will give the half point to DJ Khaled himself. He can come and claim it from our school at any time, should he desire. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think with the current time frame, I'll probably do 2 more words because after this, I actually do have to go. So I'll pick the best ones. I think I'll pick an easy one and then a hard one. Let's see. Okay. Let's start with the Latin word for actually, no, I'll do it the other way around for my dramatic reveal purposes. I will pick a stage 14 word. So this one, most of the year ones will have seen. It is the word apud, which can mean 2 things. At the house of, as in the chapter, apud salvius, but it can also mean among. Do with that what you will. I actually got that wrong when we were translating the first time. McLaren asked us, what's this stage called? And I said it was called Among Salvius. Which doesn't exactly make sense, but it was close.
Wait, can it also mean like among the Salvii, or like among the family of Salvius? Or
I would say then I feel like it should be Apud Salvii, because that would actually make sense. Like if you were, if you were the most prolific member of the Salvius family, maybe you would say Apud Salvii. Sorry, I just started the timer here. 30 seconds on the clock there. Oh,
This is going to be menacing.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited on where this goes. I think when we did this last time, it devolved into Among Us, and then also the Chug Jug song from Fortnite. That one came up a disturbing amount of times. Like the fact that it was more than once. And that is time. It appears that because of Anirudh's renaming, he is no longer first alphabetically. So instead, I turned it to Barrett to see if he would like to present his derivative first.
Pleasure. All right. So when it comes to apud, I'm not going to say fakez or apu. That's not going to be literal. I'm going to introduce to you imposter. That's clearly a derivative. Now, when we say imposter, what do we think about? Nasty or, no, suspicious people. And I remember during my class in year 1 Latin, we had a debate online about whether Salvius was a good person. I unfortunately said he was good, but I switched my side now, and I say that he's the imposter. You must understand that he is also very suspicious in his words. His words to derive him, to delude him of his father and the rest of his family dying to the hands of Vesuvius. Oh, shoot. But regardless, Salvius is the imposter.
I do agree that he's the imposter. I think this is at the end of year 2 when you get to this, but he literally does sort of become an imposter later on when he starts forging documents.
He is very saucy.
He does behave in quite the suspicious way. He's not doing his tasks.
No, I saw him in electrical.
Yeah. Moving on from that, I see Anirudh has changed his name slightly once again, so he is once again at the front. Does that mean you would like to present?
Yeah. Okay. So, my derivative of the word apud is pig, and let me explain why. Okay, so what does it mean to be among? It means you're with other people, okay? And what do you do when you're with other people? You hang out, you talk, you listen to music together, you play games. And what is a game? Fortnite. What do you do in Fortnite? You do chug jugs.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything.
And what was another massive trending game of the last few years? Among Us. In Among Us, what is the imposter? The imposter is sus. And what is a sus in Latin? Sus means pig. And therefore, apud, the word pig derives from apud. Thank you.
Damn, straight facts. OMG, guys, don't look up the scientific name for pig. Worst mistake of my life. Guys, don't Google apudnos. You'll never believe what it is.
How dare you? I cannot believe you made me search it up. I literally searched it up, and now this is in my search history.
That's great.
Set it on fire now.
Here, you know what you should Google, Barrett? You should Google the 21st island of Greece. It's very significant. It's part of Alexander the Great.
Wait.
You should Google it.
21st island of Greece?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be bloody kidding me. You...
Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Oh, man.
You know what?
Oh, that's funny. Anyway, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, yeah, derivatives. Right, I forgot about that part. Shivaani, do you have your among derivative? Is your derivative Among Us?
My derivative is not Among Us, and I even in fact decided to take the at-home approach. So my derivative is Pinocchio. You know what you get at home? Food. You know what homemade food tastes of? A taste of home. And you know what a taste of home is? A taste of home is a trusted media brand. A trusted media brand is Disney. And you know what Disney has made? Pinocchio. You know where Pinocchio lives? At the house of Geppetto.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Holy
Whoa!
cannoli.
That was... I haven't said, like, anything during other people's rounds, but, I mean, about, like, the quality, but that was an answer. That was an answer.
Damn, that's gonna be hard to top. All right, Tanvi, do you have your among?
So the derivative of food is Wendy's. So Wendy's tweets can be a little sus at times, right? And what is sus? Among Us. I regret saying that already, but sus comes from the word among us, and not Wendy's tweets are a bit sus, you know, but they're funny. So, for example, Wendy's gives a lot of advice on people's lives. For example, one person asked Wendy's to give them relationship advice, and Wendy's replied, "If you were asking for fast food Twitter, this relationship might be doomed." Wendy's, savage, amazing, a little bit sus at times. What is also sus? Among Us. Therefore, Wendy's is literally just the derivative of a food. Thank you.
Damn. Strong round. I was not expecting like actual serious answers, even though technically they all still do relate to the among, except for one, which is the one that I will award the point. And that is Shivaani's. I can't argue with it. It's actually too eloquent. I feel bad because I literally set this up as like the meme question too, and then I got actually like rebutted by facts and logic. So congratulations to you.
I was trying really hard to find a company whose slogan was a taste of home, and I couldn't, so I had to kind of change my approach a bit.
Of course.
I just know, why couldn't I find a company with that slogan? It seems like a very generic slogan.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why it's just public domain now. It is property of the people.
Yeah. Apparently, it is a trusted media brand, which I can assure you is factually correct.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You know what else is a trusted media brand? Cambridge Latin course. Whoa.
Yo, that's
Cambridge
crazy.
Elevate?
You know who else is a trusted media brand?
You said who, so I'm going to stop you.
Yeah. You know who else is a trusted media brand?
Joker.
No. you guys might be too young for that. I don't know.
I feel like I've repressed the memory of what this is a reference to.
That's fair. Let's move on from that to the last derivative, which I've been saving for last only because in case I have to cut this out of the recording. We'll see. The final derivative that you must derive is from the Latin word for 60, which is, and I quote, sexaginta. Your time starts now, I guess. You get 1 minute at the clock for sexaginta. There's something I did want to talk about with regards to this one, but I think I might want to save it. This club is very particular about who gets to know about their club cheers, and even among all the other club cheers, this one you might describe as the sussiest. So you'll have to wait some time until you can hear the sex chant. But just know that it is relating. Just know that it is related specifically to the number 6, and it just so happens that it sounds like another word in English. You know, what can you do about that? It's just coincidence. There's no other reason, no deeper motivation. There's no conspiracy going on. Of course.
I feel like it
To say
is.
the sex chant seems like something you would come up with in middle school. Just want to put that out there.
I
Trust
think-
me, middle schoolers wish they were that creative.
Like, if for no other reason, I feel like becoming a senior exec member is worth it, if only to know that chant, what that chant entails.
Oh, you don't need to just be senior exec to know it. It just takes place only at specific events. I know we've hammered to death the lack of serious academic stuff for all of the New Year's, but trust me, when the time comes, it will become known to you.
Like, what I meant was, like, it dramatically increases the likelihood of you knowing the chant if you are an exec.
Oh yes, it is a rite of passage almost, as it were. But trust me, your time will come. But just know that it is the only reason that the number is there is because the club was founded in 1956. So you start with the 6, okay? That's the only reason. It definitely is not anything else. That being said, we are out of time, so you will now have to come up with your own reasons on exactly how your word comes from this one. Anirudh, I take it you would like to go first?
Okay, so, my derivative for this word is Heelroy. So, Heelroy is a noted notebook brand, and what do you do on notebooks? You write letters on them. And letters are very important because they're the main vehicle of communication for the ancient Roman world. And especially when they're crossing like the Mediterranean Sea to go to all different places and crossing all the land paths. And you know what was communicated in these letters? You had personal lives, like stories, the stories of like Roman cliques, education, poetry, and you had trading information. And you know what trading information is? It's numbers. You know what's a number? Sexaginta. Thank you.
I feel like that was longer than it had to be, but I appreciate the level of historical context. I really feel like I am understanding this number on a fundamental level and the role it's played in society. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, and you add Noam to it.
Oh, I knew someone was gonna say it. I didn't expect it to be you, Anirudh.
Anything. You don't know what it was referring to. I was saying ad noem to itself, which makes 18, and I like the number 8.
Oh, of course, my bad. How could I be so presumptuous? Very well, Barrett, it is now your turn.
I assure you, there will be no sign of immature content. Now, to begin with my definition, and my derivative. Sextant. Now, let's see. What was the word again?
Sexaginta.
Sexaginta, that's right. Sexaginta. What do we think about sexaginta? For me, it was sextant. And then, when you think about the sextant, you don't think about the classical era. You think about maybe the Renaissance and medieval era when they're sailing around in the age of exploration. When they sail around, men always had a desire at sea. When they're drinking rum, and eating off their crappy rations, what were they doing? What were they thinking about? That's right, women. So then all the time, on their trade convoys and expeditions, they always strip off from their convoys, they take a different direction, and they always have these fake maps designed to take them to the island of mermaids or women, supposedly.
Sirens?
And most of them died. Yes.
That is for
Barrett, that was very
referring to
sus.
sirens.
That was
I feel like
fascinating.
Barrett,
The island of women where people die might be just some sirens over there.
Well, perhaps. I mean, I was almost entranced once, but let's not talk about that.
I like how Barrett just
I would like
stopped
to
many
talk about
times
that.
to rephrase what he was about to say, and he never did.
You just gotta double down once you have it. I also want to point out that I'm actually pretty sure sextant does come from the same root as sexaginta, that being the sixth. I'm pretty sure you can have a participle of sextus, which I guess would mean like the state of being sixth, which is a very interesting way of putting it. But I'm not so sure that's actually like valid derivation right there. So I don't know if that's worth extra points or less points, but it's creative nonetheless. I guess
Thank
moving
you.
on then, Shivaani.
Oh, Sexta, you know what upside out 6s and 9? You know who 9-year-olds are? Menaces to society. And you see, if we look closely into this word, we can see some subliminal messaging. Dad, you know what that sounds like? A giant. And here we have the key to abolishing all 9-year-olds. We just need to find our good friend Jack, and he can help us find the giants to destroy all the 9-year-olds.
Yo.
I don't think I noticed before, but there's a very strong like fairy tale Disney movie theme to all of these answers.
No, but the thing is, funny. Hate the sin, not the sinner. We must abolish the concept of 9-year-old being 9 years old itself. And you know how we do that? We erase numbers from existence.
I'm gonna have to put this video down as not for kids because I'd be scared that a 9-year-old will watch this.
No, we destroy the concept of time.
Wait, so the number 9 would be erased. 9 p.m., 9 a.m. wouldn't exist.
Just the number 9. We abolished all numbers.
No
Wait,
more
so that
numbers,
means-
guys.
Wait, so if you wait, oh my god, abolishing all
Destroy the space-time continuum. Time numbers don't exist.
Actually,
Yeah.
And now we have also abolished calculus, another menace to society.
Oh,
What?
Matthew's back. He makes a
Yo.
return.
he returns! I
yo,
return.
here.
Okay.
If you would like, we are on our last round. So while Tanvi gives her answer, if you can come up
I
with
actually can't return. I just want to see
Oh.
what's going on.
All right. Well, we're on the very last derivation of the game. Oh, and he's gone.
Rip.
I feel like I was going to say something as well. Oh, yeah. You know who had it right with numbers? The Romans. Because if you know a thing about Roman numerals, there actually is no number 9. The way they write it is IX, which is 1 less than 10. So you could imagine that as just them taking extra special care to avoid the number 9 at all costs.
Then what do they have against the number 4?
Oh, I don't know.
But-
They only like very specific numbers, which is 10s and the 5 X's thereof.
Like, in some cultures, doesn't 4 mean death?
Yeah. I actually...
In Han China.
Yeah, depending on where you are, there's all these different superstitious numbers. I think in Brazil, you can find birthday candles if you turn 23 plus 1 years old. Which I think is so funny. I forget what the reasoning is behind it, but you can find pictures of it online. So, if you hate a number, you can take extra special care to avoid it at all costs. But I like the eliminate all numbers solution. That would make a lot of things a lot easier. All right, we have one derivation left to go. All right, make it a good one.
It will not be a good one.
Fine by me.
So, the derivative of sexaginta is anarchy, alright? So, a Senate term in the US is 6 years long, right? So 6 times 10 is 60, which is sexaginta. But how does the Senate relate to anarchy? Well, as you may know, government is bad. We hate government in classics, right? So
Dog, we have a government in classics. That's a ridiculous notion.
No, we hate government in classics. So that's why we have a president and a vice president. So since we all hate government, we are pro-anarchy and we will do everything we can to go against anarchy, which means we will be pledging 60 years of our lives to classics.
We will do everything we can to go against anarchy.
Yes.
We will
Go against anarchy.
I can't speak it. So yes, anarchy derivative, that child labor, free money, 9-year-old death, anarchy.
The conspiracy is coming together.
Sexaginta.
Classics is
Keto diarrhea.
Knowledge about Dumbo, and now Dumbo brainwashed her to be unable to talk. Tanvi figured out the secret. We'll never know.
Keto diarrhea. Anarchy. Sexaginta. 9-year-old death.
Okay, so
it's all connected.
I assume. Okay, so Tanvi, this is now the most anti-anarchy and the most pro-anarchy force on the face of the earth, and that's because the Bears are running a secret government behind the scenes that allies them with Disney and Dumbo and Pinocchio, which then leads to sexaginta years of the fight, the struggle for life against Disney. And in the end, the Bears will win. But today is not that day. And with that, I return it to Sam.
I'm pretty sure that's just the plot of Shrek.
Now we know
God.
what he was up to.
It's all the layers all coming together.
Wait, Lord Farsquadulus?
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
Oh,
There's no. There's no way.
gotta Google that.
I want fan art now. That being said, I guess it's time for me to award points, and maybe it's cliche for the end, the last one to be sort of an everyone wins mentality, but I would like to give everybody sexaginta points for their excellent derivatives. Unfortunately, that means nobody got 69 points, although everyone did get close in that case. I think that means Shivaani technically wins, but like I said, everyone should hopefully be able to walk away from this feeling like a winner, because you have just permanently changed the English language / uncovered the deep conspiracy that all Latin teachers want to hide from you. So if you take anything away from this, let it be that.
Oh, Latin teachers secretly. I feel like the Latin teachers are helping expose it, though. Because if not for the Latin teachers,
Oh,
we
that's
wouldn't
true,
have
that's
this
true.
conversation.
They're the
really
catalyst
true.
of it all. They're the
The
Prometheus.
teachers know, but they're under oath to not.
Just how to do etymology. Like one day, Mr. McLaren was had a vision from the gods or God that said that warned him of the bears and Dumbo, and since then he made it his life's mission to make sure that every student of his knew the etymology behind all these things and stopped the Ursocracy from rising, the Urso Disneyocracy.
I'll have to ask him that next time. See what his thoughts are. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording, but y'all can keep talking if you want. But I'm probably gonna go. So I hope you guys had some fun with that.
I have to disappear now. I have to invade a country. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.